this session. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I am your host, Dr. Halima Sadia. And this program is brought to you by EduFam International Academy and especially by Ecovisionaries Global Group. What exactly Ecovisionaries Global Group do and what is our mission and vision? I'm going to throw some light on this because it's important to know that the session we are attending, who are the organizers and what is their objective behind this session. So Ecovisionaries Global Group is a group where people voluntarily join and they all are concerned about our planet. They all are concerned about the nature, about the environment, and everybody wants to contribute for the well-being and for the healing of this earth. So this is global group, Ecovisionaries Global Group. We have people from different parts of the world. As you all have seen while introducing ourselves, that we have people from UAE, from Malaysia, from Kuwait, from Jamaica, from Nigeria, from India, and all other places. So Ecovisionaries is a forward-thinking initiative under EduFam Training Services dedicated to fostering environmental awareness, sustainability, and innovative practices to create a greener, more sustainable future. Our mission is to inspire and educate people about sustainable practices, to cultivate a sense of responsibility, to drive impactful change through collaborative projects, advocacy, and knowledge sharing. And our objectives are to promote awareness, organize workshops, seminars, and events to educate participants on sustainability, climate change, and environmental conservation, encourage action, launch initiatives like the Green Ambassadors Program to engage youth and communities, innovate solutions, foster dialogue and innovation for addressing critical issues, and global collaboration, partner with organizations, institutions, and stakeholders worldwide. Our signature programs are Green Ambassadors Program, Eco Education Series, where we have interactive learning modules on sustainability and SDGs tailored for schools, colleges, and professionals. We have annual events like we host high impact gatherings, the sustainable conferences we have already done in Singapore, in Dubai, Maldives, and we are planning to do in Singapore during December. Then our sustainable lifestyle practitioner and trainer course, we have conducted the series 1 and series 2 is going to start from tomorrow onwards. And our weekly sustainability summit, and we are conducting this very proudly. I am going to inform you all that we are conducting this since last 42 weeks. And today is the 42nd series of 42nd episode of this series. Our services are Green Business Support, Green Living Made Simple, Eco Future Summit, weekly sustainability programs, and experts workshops. We all believe in this, that we are committed to inclusivity, innovation, and collaboration. And we support United Nations Sustainable Development Goals by uniting passionate individuals, thought leaders, and change makers. Eco-visionaries strive to make sustainability a lifestyle and a legacy for future generations. So these are our achievements. We have conducted 42 Sustainability Summit. Today is the 42nd one. And we have Global Leaders Conference on Sustainability in Dubai, Maldives, and going to be in Singapore. And our 10,000 beneficiaries, 50 ambassadors, and 15K followers, and 1 million views. So my dear friends, if you have not joined us yet, please be an ambassador, be a partner, be a sponsor, and be a speaker or volunteer. And if not possible, all of these, any one of these, then please be our well-wisher. Pray for us, remember us in your duas. So green living, how to do good for the planet. This is going to start tomorrow, and I'm very happy that some of the participants of this are present today, and they are going to share their thoughts on the given topics. Now, 17 thought leaders, we are going to organize this on 17th September. So discover the magic of 17. Only few are left now. There will be 14 SDGs, 17 SDGs, 17 moderators, 17 coordinators, 17 thought leaders, and 17 youth voices. And it's going to be on 17th September, 17 hours of impactful dialogue. So you are requested to kindly submit your nomination by 17th July. Already the people have submitted, only a few seats are left because we only need 17 thought leaders who will be responsible for their moderators, collaborators, youth voices, and the audiences. So please hurry up. If you have interest, the phone number is given here. You can WhatsApp and show your interest, please. So this is not just a session, this is a global movement, and I request you all to kindly be the part of this global movement where we are going to do some good to the planet. This is today's session where we all are going to have the speakers from the world. We are going to have Mr. Nara Subramaniam, CEO, Resolve Asia, Malaysia. And I extend a warm welcome to Mr. Nara. Give a big round of applause. Who is going to release our fourth magazine, bi-monthly magazine, newsletter today? Then we are going to have Professor Felicia Agbo, who has joined us from Nigeria, and she is the professor of science and technology. Professor Felicia is going to share her thoughts in this session, and we all are going to be benefited by that. Give a big round of applause to welcome Professor Felicia from Nigeria. Next, we have a great visionary, great educationist, and our Green Ambassador, Dr. Prema Subramaniam. She is our honorable speaker this evening. Please welcome her by giving a big round of applause. And we have Dr. Syed Anwar Bari, who is the project director, Bukhatir Group, United Arab Emirates. We extend a warm welcome to Dr. Syed Anwar Bari Sahab. We have our very, very professional and a sustainable advocate, Miss Ranjita Raghavan, who is business consultant, and she is going to share her thoughts with us this evening. Welcome you, Ranjita. And we are going to have Sama Ibrahim Didi. She has joined us from Maldives. And very soon we are going to have her ideas. We are going to be benefited by her ideas. A big round of applause. We have Dr. Nazir Qureshi, who is educator and associate professor at Rajiv Gandhi University. And she is a motivational speaker. We extend a warm welcome to Dr. Anjum Nazir Qureshi. We have Miss Meenal Waidia from United Arab Emirates, who is sustainability expert, and she is also going to speak this evening. So, my dear friends, to begin with, first we are going to have So, my dear friends, today, before we start our session, we have a good news to share with you all. Eco Visionaries Global Group has completed its fourth newsletter. And it's my honor and privilege to invite Mr. Nara Subramaniam to kindly release our fourth newsletter. Over to you, Mr. Nara.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Halima. Warm welcome again to each and every one of you. And we are very, very happy to be able to launch our fourth newsletter. We started this newsletter from the beginning of this year, from January onwards. And today we are actually launching for the session from May, June of 2025. And even though we say it's a new edition for us, we
Mr.
say
Nara,
that
to kindly mute themselves. Somewhere I can see some disturbance is there. Yes, may I request all of you to kindly mute themselves? Yes, Mr. Nara, please go ahead.
Thank you so much. So today we are very happy to launch our fourth newsletter, We started it from the beginning of this year. It was a bold and brave ambition, I would say, to create a newsletter that we said we want to spread awareness, we want to talk, we want to educate, we want to teach, and we also want to get contributions from all those who are interested in sustainability. We want to take this up as far as the United Nations. A new edition is not just
Nice.
a continuation for us. For us, it is all a recommitment. Thank you to Dr. Halima for spearheading this entire effort. With every issue of the Guardian, we have been reaffirming our purpose, and that is enlighten, nurture, and strengthen. This has been the spirit of EduFam from the beginning. It's not just a reporting of what we are doing, it is also reminding ourselves why we do it. It's all for sustainability, and this is for the new generation. So in these pages, you will find that we have been documenting more than just events. We have been trying to create a pulse of the community. We have been interviewing esteemed people who have been involved in sustainability. We are having wonderful leaders who are committed to education, unity, and transformation. All these driven by the we are hoping for it to be a torch. We want it to be a guiding document. We want it to be an inspiring document for each and every one of you. And we also want to connect with people around the world. So we would like to invite you, as you read through this document itself, we'd like to invite you to also spread awareness, spread it around to all of your friends, associates, colleagues, and family, and let them also join us in this passion and help our principles and promise to build the future of tomorrow. So we want to have it standing as not just stories of our journey, but also dreams of tomorrow. So thank you all so much. And with this, I'm so happy, proud, and joyful that we are launching the May-June edition. Thank you so much. Back to you, Dr.
Thank
Halima.
you, Mr. Nara, but please wait for a while and please let us know about the specialty of this May June edition.
So with every edition, as you will notice that we are trying to be as independent as possible. We want to be as objective as possible. We have created in the editorial itself, you'll see our the thrust of our interest, passion. We want to thank the participants of this. We have Dr. Halima as our editor. We have Dr. Hina as also as our editor. We welcome Halima as our student editor. And thank you also to Commodore Vijay for being our chief advisor as well. And you will notice that we have sustainability in action. We have your voice matters. So every edition we interview someone, an esteemed person. We have this time also Mr. Ajay Kumar, and he has been a student activist. He has been an educationist. He has been a sustainable force in promoting sustainability with all his students and hundreds and thousands of participants in his area. We talk about some stories. In this case, we have a story from Dr. Hina. We have the challenging climate action, each and every one of you facing all over the world, how it's impacting. And this time, a very wonderful feature about Shinrin Yoko forest bathing. And Dr. Halima has personally been there, and it's all about her story and about how it is manifesting uh, key improvements for us. Okay. Also reflections, as we said, how these are helping the youngsters and the future generation. We had a World Environment Day event, and this was also held over 30 days, and poems, stories, drama, etc. And then, of course, we are going on to the future events for the next 2 months to all the way to the end of the year. We plan to celebrate each and every environmental aspect as much as possible. And this is where we welcome you to also come and support us. Thank you. We hope you have fun reading it.
Thank you very much. And the editors have done their part. What about us? Now, rest depend on us. Whether we are going to read it, spread the message, conceive the message, and be the part of this transformational journey. Ladies and gentlemen, let's begin today's very, very hot topic discussion. And this discussion is that how our brain is wired towards habit formation, and especially when we talk the habits of sustainability. I remember that I was walking on the airport and we were in hurry because we were supposed to move out, exit, and someone was waiting for us to pick us. And as you all know that on arrivals nowadays, anywhere, you will not get much time to wait at arrivals. So you have to just pick your relatives or persons whom you have come to pick, and then immediately you have to move and you have to vacate that place. So I said, okay, just a minute, just let me come from the washroom. I have to wash my hand. Then I entered into the washroom, and then I found that one tap was like it was open and water was running. Then I just started searching the lady who was supposed uh, to clean this washroom. Then I couldn't find, and then I put in more efforts to go around and found her, and then informed her that okay, kindly do something, because when I tried to close it, it was not possible to close. So it took 2 minutes time, and naturally my relatives, my family members, they were quite angry with me that why I was taking too much time. I said one tap is running, the water is being wasted, and I cannot see this, and purposely I cannot leave like this and move out. So I have to do my part, and my part is to take the first step how to get it closed. And naturally the person who is in charge is responsible. She was just outside for some to bring some materials for the cleaning materials inside, and she was doing something. So why I have narrated this incident, because when your mind is wired, when you are talking about conservation, when you are talking about healing the nature, when you are talking about responsible consumption, then naturally you are not going to leave anything that's not happening in the right way on blindfolded. You cannot move. You have to stop and you have to take the action. It's not that purposely you are doing, it's because your brain is now wired, and your brain will not permit you to leave the situation as it is and move ahead. I think that with this, I would like to invite the questions from all our distinguished speakers this evening, that have you also experienced such type of things, not only towards sustainability initiatives, but wiring your brain with anything, with any habit. If you have experience, kindly feel free to share with us. Anyone? Yes? Yes,
Hi,
yes,
Dr. Alima. I would like to suggest something while the others are waiting to come on.
yes, please.
And sometimes we actually also refer to this as a mental model. And like what you said, the brain is always able to be modified. And so one way which sometimes we talk about it is how to organize or how to reorganize the brain, and by forming new connections. So sometimes we say when we are on our way to work, instead of driving, can we choose another option? Can we strengthen the ways that we do our sustainability? And how often can we repeat that? For example, some people may choose to take a bike to work, or they might co-share, go with another person in the car, or take a public transport. So things like that. So how we perform an action which helps sustainability. So that is one of the options.
Yes, beautiful, beautiful, Mr. Nara. So today morning I was reading something about this, and that is really very interesting. And I would love to share with you all, and I hope that you all would love it. So, when today we are talking about neuroplasticity, it's a brain's ability to rewire itself based on experiences and repeated behaviors. So, this plays a key role in how we form or break consumption related habits. When we repeatedly engage in a behavior like buying fast fashion or using plastic, we create a strong neural pathways that make these actions automatic. So, neuroplasticity means the brain adapts to what we do often, even if it's unsustainable. But the good news is the same brain that learned unsustainable habits can unlearn them when we consciously start choosing eco-friendly behaviors like carrying a reusable bottle or shopping mindfully. We activate new neural pathways with consistency. These pathways grow stronger and the old unsustainable ones weaken over time. Green choices become second nature. In short, neuroplasticity empowers us to shift from unconscious consumption to conscious, sustainable living, one decision at a time. So, this I was reading this morning and I loved it. And this is really true. It's human behavior that we can very easily learn the things. And then it's also human behavior that we unlearn the things. And we can relearn also. Learn, unlearn, and relearn. That's what we always advocate. Now, coming to our distinguished speaker for this evening, let me come to Professor Felicia, who has joined us from Nigeria. That what do you think? What are the roles of institutions, schools, and colleges when we talk about building the sustainable habits in the students? Over to you, Professor. You are muted. Please unmute yourself. Please unmute yourself. It's there. Yes, please unmute yourself. I'm asking you to unmute you. Please try now.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, yes. So now let me
Can you
repeat.
hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Let me repeat the question that how can educational institutions and organizations leverage behavioral neuroscience to shape green habits in youth and employees? Over to you, Professor.
Which is a very timely question because almost all over the world we are suffering sustainable habits, sustainable behaviors. In the school where I am, and that is what I do, we would like to say that the student can learn, unlearn, and rewrite again what they want. And this we can do in several ways. Number one, we can play the video which has been recorded on a particular behavior which you want. And you can play video on games and also on music where one can dance, because we know that if we want to rewrite the messages we have in our brains, we can at the same time do it repeatedly. So when we have these games, the music, the videos for the children to learn, they will be able to repeat it. And at the same time, if you want to start a class, you can play it every time to remind them that, yes, we need this. And we want green behavior. Green behavior, then you can paint the environment green. You can put a Q, which is signal, on papers and make sure that the students or the children are looking at it every time. And when it registers in their brain, they will be able to do that. Like if you don't want the classroom to be littered around, you will make a particular corner where you want everything that is trashed to be put there. Make sure that they don't litter the place. But each time, if somebody drops it, you ask him to take it to that particular corner. And at the same time, we can learn new languages in the classroom, learning new things about a particular thing. Like if you have a behavior that you don't want, you can bring somebody's behavior which you want, and you keep reminding them on the particular one. Like if we want that of Nelson Mandela, you make sure that everything about Nelson Mandela is around the place so that they will be able to recapture it and be able to replay it in their own life. We also want the society to learn many things from this act, and that you can do from what you have said. Wastage in food, especially in Nigeria, when it is time for food production, in a little while harvest will come, and we have a lot of it in abundance, and people waste it. You just see it falling under the tree and nobody cares about it. You will see a lot of it harvested and nobody cares about the preservation and conservation of certain food material. So there is a lot of wastages. And when these wastages are in the environment, it brings a which also does not augur well for the life of the people. So we have to make a conscious effort to be able to conserve water, conserve food. Food wastage should be restricted. And at the same time, in the society, if you want a particular thing, you can put on policies. Like if we want agriculture, the government can put up a policy towards agriculture. And that means every student that is to be trained in that society is going to learn about agriculture, and everything around will be agriculture. So what are we saying? Putting up policies are very, very important if we want to have this sustainability of material sustainability in ideas. And also we should know that brain can relearn at the same time. So if your, like now we are talking about corruption, and we don't want corruption. If we don't want corruption in our
Thank you, Professor. I think there is some
society again,
technical
that
glitch.
means that we will not
Audio
have
probably
corruption
is
in
not
the
very
society.
clear. Yes, thank you, Professor. I think there is some issues. Let us move to Dr. Syed Anwar Bari Sahab, who is here with the same topic, that how schools, universities, colleges, and institutions play their role in the sustainable behavior building. Over to you, Dr. Syed Anwar Bari Sahab.
We have biggest psychological or ideological barriers. Educational institutions, organization leverage behavior neuroscience to shape green habit in youth and employee. So we are facing same like our youth, our student are having neuroscience problem because of the in the schools, and the parents are also not looking them carefully. So they leave them, parents are husband, wife, both parents are working. So there is a lot of problem behavioral neuroscience we are facing in the school.
Yes, you are right. You are right. That's true, because parents and schools both play a very important role. in the habit formation or behavior formation. Dr. Anjum
Teacher
Qureshi.
alone cannot.
Yes, Sayyid Anwar Bihari sahab, please move ahead.
Teachers alone cannot do everything unless parents are come up with them. Parents are too busy in their own business work. They cannot manage children because they are busy in the 12 hours, 8 hours in the work. Both are working, lady, husband, wife, both are working. So it's a big challenge to manage what behavior adopting a student or their son and daughter. They are not noticing even. They don't have time to see. So only teacher is watching in the school 8 hours. They cannot control 25 students in one classroom. So it's very difficult for teacher to control it and check the behavioral development for each and every child.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sayyid Anwar Bari Sahab. Now let me come to Dr. Anjum Nazir Qureshi Sahiba. So what role does mindfulness play in rewiring the brain for a more sustainable lifestyle? So you have to focus and you have to tell us that mindfulness, how it is important and why it is important and what role does it play when we are talking about rewiring the brain for more sustainable lifestyle. Over to you, Dr. Anjum Qureshi.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the question. And yes, of course, when we talk about mindfulness and the mindfulness practices, when we have every day, so it is very true that it helps in rewiring the brain for sustainability. It fosters a deep, also helps in making ethical decisions, and it enhances our emotional resilience. If we talk about, yes, the first thing, that is the mindfulness connection. So it increases self-awareness, and we know that self-awareness is a very important thing. And the mindfulness, it helps the individuals to pay attention to their thoughts, their feelings, and how their body sensations are going on without any kind of judgment. So it helps in creating a better understanding of their internal state, and it relates and how it relates to their action. Then it helps in creating interconnectedness with nature. So when we practice mindfulness, so we can develop a strong sense of connection with the natural world, and we can recognize their place within a larger ecosystem, and it fosters a sense of responsibility and well-being. And mindfulness can help to break from the habitual, often unsustainable practices that we have been doing, unsustainable patterns of behavior, because it increases awareness on our choices, and it promotes more conscious decision making. The second thing is, it helps in improving our emotional regulation and resilience, because it helps when we have practices like meditation, when we practice breathing exercise every day. So we very well know that all these practices reduce our stress and anxiety, because this reduction in stress and anxiety, this is very, very essential for a sustainable behavior. Then it helps in regulating our emotions, because when we have these practices like mindfulness and meditation, we are able to control our emotions. And that is why when we are into some situations, we don't get overwhelmed. We balance our emotions, and we know what kind of emotions we have to use at the right place, at the right time. That is what we learn. And it increases our empathy, compassion, and that is why we are able to connect with the suffering of others. Mindfulness, again, it helps us to reflect on our core values, and it helps in having a greater alignment between our values and between our actions. So it fosters our, it motivates us. And of course, this is again another thing that is very important for our sustainable behavior. It encourages all of us to act for the sake of action itself, rather than for external rewards. Like you were also telling of one of the incidents that happened with you today. So that was where you were trying for sustainability. You were trying for some action which can save the nature, we can save the mother earth. So mindfulness, it promotes pro-social behaviors such as cooperation, and which are essential for collective action towards sustainability. And yes, of course, some practical applications, if we see, like the mindful consumption, which encourages individuals to be more conscious of their consumption patterns. Be it anything, it is not just like consuming food, but even the like electricity, water, air, whatever we are having, whatever the natural resources we are having. Then mindfulness travel, it can help in enhancing the travel experiences by promoting deeper engagement with the local cultures and the environment. And of course, sustainable lifestyle can support a range of sustainable life choices because it will reduce our energy consumption, and with that, it will help us in having a better lifestyle. So I can conclude by saying that if we cultivate mindfulness, we can have a deeper connection with ourselves. We can have a deeper connection with the environment, and this will help us in having a more sustainable choice and the behavior that will contribute for a sustainable future.
Yes,
Thank you very
thank you,
much.
Dr. Anjum. Thank you, Dr. Anjum Qureshi, for a wonderful insights about mindfulness and how mindfulness play in rewiring the brain. Now, next, let me invite Sama Ibrahim Didi, who has joined us from Maldives, and she is given the same topic, that what role does mindfulness play in rewiring the brain for a more sustainable lifestyle? What is your viewpoint, Miss Sama Ibrahim Didi?
Thank you for the opportunity. I am really grateful and glad to meet such a wonderful experts around the field. So, in my opinion, I believe that almost the previous speaker has almost given the similar things. However, I also just highlight some few insights that I also want to say about. It's like promoting the conscious consumption, like when we talk about the waste, and also when we talk about purchasing things, whether I'm going to be purchasing this, or do I really need this, or is it efficient for me to purchase things like this? So that is also something that could enhance the mindfulness in terms of the sustainable habits. And also, I believe that also it can increase the connection towards the nature that we have, like empathy towards the planets. Like we can even help people, or ensure that people, when they throw things or materials to the road and anywhere around them, we just let them be more aware and conscious about the environment, not to throw to the specific dustbins and things to be placed, rubbish and everything to throw into those areas. So that's also something that we can help in terms of ensuring that mindfulness is practiced within. And also, I believe that we can also support the daily practices, like, for example, in terms of mindful eating habits like that, whether reducing the food waste. We have sometimes when we go to food buffet and things, there are a lot of delicious meals and things, so we overdo it and take it and so much is wasted around that as well. We can also think about how we can inculcate the practices of the youth and everyone around us in terms of working around the nature, just to be more eco-awareness and eco-friendly. So that can also help us in building these sustainable habits through the mindful practices and things. And we can also reflect on journaling and meditation as well. That can help us bring the personal footprints as well. So a lot of times when we talk about these simple practices that can impact the daily, at the same time, we have to know that these changes happen within us. So we need to be more aware and cautious in that terms. And I believe, as a final thought of myself, that when we talk about the sustainability of the world, it also not only begins with the mindful and taking care of our mind, it's and the environment that we live as well. So when we talk about bringing smaller daily inner shifts within us, that could bring a change towards becoming better versions at looking after ourselves, at the same time looking after our environment and the planet around us. So it's not just about self-care, it's also about the care of the planet that we live in as well. Thank you.
Wow, beautiful thought,
Very good, very
beautiful,
good.
wonderful. Sama Ibrahim Didi and Dr. Anjum
Thank
Koreji, you both of you have justified with your topic, and you both have explained beautifully about the mindfulness, how mindfulness plays a crucial role in rewiring the brain. Now we have two eminent speakers with us, and I would like to invite Dr. Prema Subramaniam and Ms. Ranjita Raghavan from UAE to throw some light on that. What, in your view, what are the biggest psychological or neurological barriers to adopting sustainable habits, and how can we overcome them? So let me first invite Ms. Ranjita Raghavan, who has joined us from United Arab Emirates and who is a business consultant. Kindly let us know, what do you think about this? Over to you, Ranjita, please.
Hello, good evening, everyone, once again, and thank you so much, Dr. Halima, for this opportunity. So, in my view, one of the biggest barriers to adopt sustainable habits could be grouped into three core challenges. First one, I would say, is the comfort of familiarity. So, our brains are wired for efficiency and survival. We rely on habits like buying plastic bags, using plastic bags, or buying plastic wrapped goods, or using disposable cups. These are all we feel easy and safe. So the status quo is that, we cling on to the same patterns every now and then, and overcoming this requires that we create friction in that behavior to avoid those old habits, and we have to give rewards for new ones. So this week I read that average UAE resident consumes around 450 plastic bottles per year. So imagine if we just switch that one particular behavior to using reusable bottles, how much impact it will create, right? We will be avoiding 450 plastic bottles to go into the landfill or into waste. So this is one way how we could look at, let's say, for example, companies can, nudge their employees to stop using disposable plastic bottles, and they can reward their employees to bring their own bottles to their offices. So that way we cover a certain range of people to start becoming sustainable. Now, my second thought of challenge that I've come up with is that we have a problem of delayed gratification when it comes to sustainability. So what happens is sustainability requires a lot of effort now, and the payoff is somewhere far away. We say about clean air, we say healthy oceans, we say climate stability. This is not something that is going to immediately give us a reward. So neurologically, our brain is wired for dopamine and instant gratification. So we end up buying cheap, fast fashion, or similarly bottled water without thinking about the long-term consequences. So to overcome this, we must make sustainability feel rewarding in the short term. So that could be something like throwing through social recognition, through gamification, through dashboards. So if we are able to rewire the reward system to associate green choices to immediate positive emotions, we can also change the sustainable, we can change the habits and improve sustainable living. And third, what I would say is the it's not my problem syndrome. So many people feel a gap between their personal action and the big environmental issue in the world is not related. Like it's like thinking, what difference can one small habit that I will do will bring forward? So this happens again because our brain is wired to focus on ourselves and our immediate surroundings. Now, for example, in Dubai, we don't see pollution. We see a clean road. Everything is going into boxes of garbage bins, which is all around us. And what happens is we are feeling that it is not a problem that I need to address at this moment. So to bridge this gap, we need to make sustainability feel personal and emotional. So sharing real stories about what is happening in climate change on a regular basis, getting people to involve in these activities where there is a landfill and we are going for a cleanup, there is a beach, we are going for a cleanup, tree planting. These may seem very simple, but that constant personal effect of being associated with these activities can genuinely bring eco-friendly habits. And like we all mentioned here, in the educational sector itself is a great way to look at it, because from young mind, if you're able to incorporate that, that will definitely help. So to just summarize, start small, let us repeat often. So neuroplasticity is something that is coming up these days, saying that repeated action will strengthen our ways of habits. So making one green choice daily and sticking to that. Let's engage emotion, not just logic. As much as facts are there, but we also have to somehow find ways to bring those emotional values to our family, to our health, to our community, and that could trigger changes in people's living style. Then would be giving sustainable models, like for example workplaces, social, schools, homes. They can amplify the sustainable habits by making green champions, eco-friendly champion, so that way there is a reward happening, instant gratification happening. And then what
Thank you,
also,
Ranjita.
yeah, all right.
Thank you
I
very
just
much
wanted
for
to
the
say one last thing,
yeah.
that sustainability isn't about what we do. I think it's about how we think. And the good news is brain can be rewired. So if sustainable brands can focus on that in the messaging, I feel there will definitely be a hope in improving sustainable lifestyle. Thank you so much.
Very good.
Very good, beautiful explanation that what are the barriers and how we can overcome. Coming to Dr. Prema Subramaniam, in your view, what are the biggest psychological or neurological barriers to adopting sustainable habits and how can we overcome them? Dr. Prema.
Good evening, everyone. Okay, Ranjita, that was very well said. Ranjita has covered a lot of points which are sort of similar to me, to mine, but I'll just add on, okay? So actually you have cognitive biasness. You also have social influences as well as the brain mechanisms. So when we talk about cognitive biasness, is like what Ranjita, I just want to add on to that. It's like immediate gratification versus long term. So imagine if you are given a choice of driving your car to the MRT station rather than taking the public transport. Many of them prefer to take their cars. But I would also like to add examples to Singapore, how we handle this transport and carbon emission is by having this COE. If anyone wants to buy a car, they have to pay for a certificate of entitlement. So imagine if your Toyota only costs 50,000, you have to pay another 50,000 to get the COE, which will cost 100,000. So imagine the individual has to weigh, should I pay 100,000 or should I just take the public transport? You see, that is one of the methods that they use. And the other way they do is they have this electronic road pricing. So every time a car passes through the gantry, automatic deduction is done for using the transport, for using the road. So because of this also, many people prefer to take the public transport. So at least it reduces the traffic congestion and pollution. Another thing that I want to add on to what Ranjita mentioned about the corporate. Yes, individuals should bring their own water bottle. But another point is they can also bring their own mug so that they don't have to use the disposable cups. That will save that. Okay. And in schools in Singapore, even from preschool, I've noticed this. And like what Dr. Halima also mentioned about the pipe in the airport. Okay, in Singapore, what they have done is you have to put your hand under the tap. Only then the water will flow. And the moment you move your hand, the water stops. So that is actually a water saving mechanism. And even in preschool, for tissue papers, they have short tissue papers, It's no longer the long ones. So the children are told you can only use this much, save the paper. And we encourage everyone to do, when you print documents, use both sides. So you save the trees, you save paper. And here in Singapore, we do a lot of tree planting. And even this morning, there was an activity where preschool children were taken to the Marina Bay Sands and they did potting. They were told how to plant, the importance of planting, and how plants give you oxygen. So from young, in Singapore, they are encouraging that, because Singapore, as you all know, is a garden in the city in the garden. So we are encouraging all of these activities from young, because you have to educate from young. Otherwise, it will be very difficult. Because like I have good friends. The other day, you won't believe it. We were just discussing our recipes, and I was telling them, when you put turmeric, turmeric has got curcumin. You must also add pepper. And my friend had a big argument with me. She said, no, my mother never said this. Why should I do it? No, no, no. So I said, I've got scientific evidence to show you that pepperine is very important for the absorption of curcumin. You see? So it is actually in the mind of the people. It's all up to the individual whether they want to change or not. So like what Dr. Halima said, and also Ranjita, it's all about the neuroplasticity, and it's about the individual, whether they want to change. So you must make a concerted effort to make the changes. And actually, it starts from young. So I think as parents and as educators, we play a very important role. And I would like to thank Dr. Halima again for starting this group of Green Ambassadors, where we are at least given the opportunity to educate and to share our ideas to others. Thank you, Dr. Halima, and everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Prema Subramaniam, for giving the real life example. And that's really the best examples and best things we can do for others, so that they can also follow and even think that they can introduce these type of practices that what Singapore does in their own countries. Thank you very much for bringing into the knowledge of all our audience and those who are watching online. Thank you very much in the live show on Facebook. So ladies and gentlemen, now the last speaker for this session is Miss Meenal. Miss Meenal has a very important point to tell us about this topic. Miss Meenal Wadia. Am I pronouncing correctly? Wadia. Miss Meenal.
Vaidya. Meenal Vaidya.
Okay, Meenal Vaidya. So Meenal Vaidya, can you please tell us that are there specific brain regions or neural pathways associated with eco-conscious decision making? How we take the eco-conscious decisions? Is there any specific brain regions? Yes.
Yes, there are. And I believe the most powerful climatic tool we have is our brain. Let's start with the front part of our brain. That is the prefrontal cortex, the PFC. It's act like a wise thinker. It helps us to make a wise decision. It helps us to think about the future. Like if I save electricity or water today, it will help the planet tomorrow. So this part of our brain acts like a planner and an evaluator. For example, just Ranjita said, instead of using too much plastic, we might choose a reusable one. The plastic bottle, we might choose a reusable one. But why? Because this part of our brain helps us to think about the future. And this PFC, the prefrontal cortex, the part of a region that tell us, think ahead, these small steps helps the planet in the future. It controls our impulses by saying no to the plastic. Everyone has a habit to switch off the AC or turn off the light when not needed. So this part of our brain actually helps us to think about the future thinking. There is also another part of our brain is known as a reward center. Our brain loves challenges and rewards. When you do some good things or good actions, like when you plant some trees, when you recycle or reuse some materials, or educate your children about the environment, you feel good and you feel happy. So, what are these feelings? These are the rewards from the brain to us. This is a brain's way of saying, well done, keep it up, you are doing a good thing. So, we are more likely to do it again. There is also one part of a brain is called a guilt alarm. When this part of a brain tell us when we are not right on our track, when we are contributing the pollution, everyone is talking about the environment. But if too much use of plastics, or you are throwing a garbage on the road, so we may feel guilt, uncomfortable somewhere. So these uncomfortable feeling is actually helpful to us, because this remind us we are not doing the good action towards our environment, towards our planet. So the emotional center of the brain is also helpful. When we hear about the climate change, or we see some pollution, we may feel concerned, or we may feel worried, sometimes even sad also. So these feelings are a natural. These feelings can motivate us to do some positive action towards our nature, towards our environment, so that these natural resources we have to pass on to our next generation. If we are not taking care of these natural resources, our next generation will not able to see these resources. So lastly, our brain help us to decide what actually matters to us. A clean, pollution free environment, our forest, our animal, we have to protect them. So that's why when we are talking about the sustainability, we are not talking about the habits. We are talking about how our brain and our heart work together to protect the environment. If we want real change, so we have to work with how our brain works, not against it. Then only we can help the next generation to grow into natural protector of the nature. Knowledge is not enough. Knowledge is not enough. If you want really change, we have to understand the behavior, how the habits form, how our brain assist or accept them. So everything, what is the meaning of actual sustainability? Means we have to preserve that natural resources and pass on to our next generation. So our brain helps a major role for taking this sustainable decision. Thank you.
Beautiful presentation, Miss Minal Vaidya. Thank you very much. It was really lovely. And yes, my dear beautiful ladies and gentlemen, this is the time for the question answer session. We have lots of eminent participants here. We have professors, we have business leaders, we have thought leaders. May I request them to kindly share their thoughts or ask the questions if they have any. Shall I begin with Mr. Nazar Danish, who is our green ambassador as well, and who is working for the e-waste management, and he can be considered as the authority when it comes to e-waste management in practical life.
Thank you, all of you. Thank you, Dr. Halima. I introduce myself. I'm Dr. Nazar, Waste Management and Renewable Energy. So, right now I heard everyone, especially I heard, which I noticed the few points which Felicia said about food waste. Food waste is getting a big problem all across the world. People don't realize that many people don't have food on their table, and we just order, and we order without thinking. And this is also, as a small step, I started teaching my kids. Every time we go out, I started telling them, I'm showing them videos that how in many places in the world, children don't have food. So this is a very good point, which Dr. Miss Felicia said, that it is really a big concern. And if we all take small steps like this, it can help to solve a big problem, and it will practice a sustainable behavior on that. And if we do it from the childhood, it will impact the brain, which is one of the most important point which children learn and adults follow. Because if we see them, we feel it and we will do it. So it's completely connected to our brain and how our brain works. Second, when I heard Ranjita and Nara sir, they both are very, very focused on how we can make it more sustainable, which is all what we want. If we talk about Dr. Syed Bari or Halima ji or Prema ji, we all have the same concern. The only thing is we are going to put, and we all are putting our efforts to do this. So I don't have any questions in this, but I have to appreciate all of us who have joined in this call and who are giving their inputs. Nagesh ji, Geeta, Dr. Geeta, Anjum ji, Samaji, everyone. If I miss anyone's name, I will just say that everyone is playing a vital role and giving us input. I'm learning a lot of things when I come to these discussions, because no, I cannot know everything. But when we work as a team, we get something from everyone, bit by bit, which is basically a sustainable behavior. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, all of you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Nazar Danish. It was really encouraging. And you are an asset for us. You are doing a lot in this field. Thank you.
I'm always ready to help if anyone need any help in awareness events about waste management, about renewable energy, about sustainability, any part of the world. Thank you.
Yeah, very soon we are going to meet in Singapore. I am coming to Malaysia and Singapore soon. Yes. Sure. Now, we have Dr. Geeta Subramaniam with us. Dr. Geeta, we are talking today about neuroplasticity, neuroscience, wiring the brain, and sustainable practices. What's your say on this?
Yeah, hi, Dr. Halima. Good evening, everyone. Actually, when I first decided to join this section, I was very, very impressed with this word neuroplasticity and green habits. That's why I decided to join in. And thank you very much to some of you who have scientifically explained the relationship between neuroplasticity and green habits. And I just wanted to say that for me, it's actually quite simple. I think conscious mindfulness is very important to cultivate green habits. And it starts with small steps. Many of the speakers just now spoke about the small practical steps which have been practiced and which can be practiced. Learn, unlearn, relearn is really very important for this sustainability. But for me, it starts from the home front, because the children will see what is happening at the home front and they will do it. So if we want to tap our food, I think there must be a Tupperware or a tiffin carrier always in the car. There must be shopping bags, not plastic bags. And we must learn how to say no to shops which give you straws or which give you extra bags. We have to say no. So I agree with Mr. Nara that we have to focus on mindfulness and conscious practice. And Dr. Halima, you also spoke about learn, relearn, unlearn. As an educator, we talk about this learn thing all the time. And Dr. Prema gave practical examples. And I really liked Ranjita and Felicia and the others talking about the cortex and the brain wave. Thank you, Dr. Syed, too. So thank you for having me, Dr. Halima. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And with this, we come to the end of today's session. It was really a wonderful session, wonderful sharing. All the speakers have shared their experiences, thoughts, knowledge, information. So last word we want from Mr. Nara, and we would like to conclude the session today.
Thank you so much, Dr. Halima. I think it was truly so inspirational hearing this. Every week, this is a fantastic reinforcement. That is what is actually required. This reinforcement, which is happening to each of us, even if it is 5, 10, 20, 30 people here, it doesn't matter. It grows by geometric progression. I think that's what it is. And I think In conclusion, I want to say sometimes this sounds cynical, but we have to incentivize. We actually have to incentivize sustainable behavior. This we are talking about so many things so very holistically, but people will not do it unless it is local, unless it is personal, unless it is touching them, unless it is emotional, unless it is incentivized. If they don't find it, they're not going to do it again. Mindfulness is beautiful, but if you find somebody doing right, thank them for it. Wherever you see something, notice it, thank them for it. Highlight what they've done good. And that will be reinforcing this behavior. And that, I think, ultimately goes into this beautiful word of neuroplasticity. So thank you so much to each and every one of you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And welcome all the new members of Sustainable Lifestyle Coaching. We are going to start the group coaching from tomorrow onwards. And I welcome Miss Ranjita, Miss Sama, Dr. Nazir, Miss Minal, and others, those who are not present here in this Sustainable Lifestyle Coaching, where we will be practicing one challenge every day. And it's going to be a roller coaster journey, but I know that we all are going to overcome by the end of the month with 30 days challenges. So wish you good luck and thank you very much for joining this evening. Take care. And Professor from Nigeria, if you want to join 30 days leadership challenge, just send me a WhatsApp message. I'll give you the details of that 30 days challenge. Thank you, everyone. And Mr. Nazar has already done the challenges, but he is pending with the examination. So that will be conducted on 30th July. Wish you good luck, Mr. Nazar, so that you can also receive your certification in sustainable lifestyle coaching and training. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Take
you.
care. Good
Thank
night.
you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.